This boy is 9. His name is Cal, and he has been in love with octopi. You can see he's got an octopus t shirt on there forever, since he was about 2. He's dressed up as an octopus for Halloween, right? Constantly studying about them, talking about them. He's an octopus fanatic, and he really, really wanted one as a pet. This is when, as a mom, I explained to the child, well, octopuses are much better kept in the ocean where they can be free and wild. Why would we want to put one in a little tank? But that's not what this family did. They got him a tank and they got him an octopus. Yeah. Marine scientists say, don't do this. Not a good idea. I mean, it's hard enough for aquariums to keep these creatures alive with the water temperature and acidity and everything perfect for them. But they got an octopus. Didn't go well. Because a few days after they got this octopus, which they thought was a male octopus, they realized not a male octopus. Nope, it's a female octopus. And it laid a clutch of about 50 eggs. Yeah. And so then the little tiny baby octopuses started to hatch. And not all of them survived. At first, they didn't realize, they didn't know how many. They thought there could be more than 100 in here. No. About 50, exactly 50. It's a California 2-spot octopus that they acquired. The boy was so excited to have this octopus, and then so excited to see the little baby octopuses born. He got the octopus, which was originally named Terrence, for his 9th birthday. Terrence turns out to be Terry, I guess. I don't know. These octopuses, interestingly, only mate once in their lifetime. The male dies right after inseminating the female, and then the female often dies from starvation or exhaustion during nesting while watching over her eggs. Stops eating, self-mutilates, all kinds of things. The experts told this family the eggs couldn't be fertilized, so don't worry about it, right? And so the family hand-fed her while she was protecting what she thought were her eggs that would never hatch. But then they realized, they picked up one of the eggs, accidentally popped it, and a little droplet came out and spread the tiny tentacles and does 3 swim strokes, and they realized there's live little baby octopi in here. Apparently, before this octopus, which is now living in a tank, had been caught by a diver off the coast of California, it had bred with another octopus. The eggs were delivered late because female octopuses can delay their egg release until they feel safe. They have a 150 to 210 day gestation period. So as each one of these 50 eggs hatched, the dad scrambles to take care of them. He had to put them in individual containers because if he didn't, they would eat each other, he discovered. So he goes out, he spends hundreds of dollars every week on food, $3,000 to $4,000 on octopuses in the last year. He's got counters all over the place with little cups filled with baby octopuses. Monterey Bay Aquarium spokesperson, director of husbandry operations, his name is Paul Clarkson, says, ordinarily he'd have doubts about the welfare of any octopus being raised in a private home. He does say what these people did is pretty extraordinary, but they caution against members of the public keeping an octopus as a pet. So out of the 50 original octopuses that were hatched in this home, 23 of them are still alive. And that is apparently pretty rare because usually in the wild, there would be only 2 that would survive out of a clutch of 50 eggs. Only 2 that would live into adulthood. So maybe more will die. But they're still taking care of them. They do say they're looking for somebody who might want them. Maybe an aquarium. They're trying to offload these now baby octopuses, somewhere else. I don't know. Uh, what do you think about this? Do you buy your kid an exotic pet like that? You think that's a good idea? Oh, where did the octopus come from? It's illegal to sell them. I don't know where they got it. Apparently, some diver took it out of the ocean. Maybe there's a pet store. I know that you can get exotic fish and marine life on certain internet websites. So perhaps maybe that's where they did it. John says he needs to release them into the wild. Well, they'll almost certainly die if they do that. I don't know. Walter loves octopi. Is it octopi or octopus? Heather's like, I assume you're saying not at all. You should not buy your child an exotic pet. Yeah. I mean, I guess you could be said, you know, that it doesn't matter if we keep one in a tank because look, we eat them, right? People eat them. Yeah. Ms. Organic, I'm with you. She says, leave the animals where they belong. Lori said, it's wrong. Don't keep wild animals in captivity. I fully agree with this. Sandy says, doesn't seem like a good idea to buy an exotic pet like that for a child. I would argue even for an adult, but yeah, I don't think it sends a good message to a child. The message you want to send is, appreciate wild animals in nature. Not, I know you really love octopuses, so let's get one. But I know you really love octopuses. Let's go to the aquarium and look. Or let's go on a submarine trip with they have the glass submarines and look and see what we can see. Or let's watch this octopus documentary. Let's appreciate them in nature, in their natural habitat. No. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate it, Heather. Since they're humanized, maybe aquariums could take them off their hands. Yeah, and that's what it's going to have to be because I don't know. I mean, maybe they're not that domesticated, if you can even domesticate that, or not used to hunting for their own food. And it is true that in the wild, not that many would survive. So I don't know. I don't know. Susan says no one should have a wild animal of any kind. It seems cruel. Sandy says maybe go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium and look at them there. That's right. Now, this family is from Oklahoma. So they have this octopus in Oklahoma. And now they've got, well, at least 23 surviving baby octopuses that they're trying to take care of, which is difficult because now you got to put them all in separate tanks and they're going to grow. So little cups in the bathroom aren't going to cut it. And you've got to have the pH exactly right. And you've got to have the temperature exactly right. And how do you do all this? This is a lot more than you bargained for. Meanwhile, the mother octopus, in this case, now Terry, usually, again, would have died right after the hatching, right? Now that she's not needed anymore. But she's still alive. That wouldn't have happened in nature either. 4 months after giving birth to these 50, or giving birth, laying the clutch of eggs, 50 octopus eggs, she's still alive. So they're taking care of her. Yeah. One anthropologist tells the New York Times these creatures do not belong in human homes. No. But that's the way it goes. This little boy has his octopus. He was interviewed on Good Morning America and said, agreed and said octopuses shouldn't be kept as pets. And they asked him, but would you do anything differently? And he said, nope, I think my dad got it right on. So I do think that this child has a love of marine life and a fascination with it. And who knows, maybe he'll grow up to be an amazing marine science researcher, right? But I don't know if you stoke the love of science, of research, by getting a child a pet that should be in the wild. Teacher Lori says aquariums have hands-on exhibits where kids can touch some sea creatures like starfish, etc. Yeah, even at the Monterey Aquarium, you can stick your hand in a pool. It's funny, I just pulled my sweater sleeve up when I did that as if I'm sticking my hand in a pool. Um, and you can touch the wings of bat rays as they swim by. Really, really cool experience. And then they do have the petting area in the Monterey Bay Aquarium too. And it's not just starfish, it's all kinds of creatures in there. Hermit crabs, all kinds of interesting things. Oh yeah, that's what you do. Ms. Organic says maybe he'll be the owner of a Bass Pro Shop. Let's hope not. Right, that was my surprise too. Nowhere even near the ocean. Now, if you told me that a child in California or Florida was walking along the beach and found an octopus in distress, different story, right? Totally different story. And even then, maybe we would have rescued it and driven it the 2.5 hours to the Monterey Aquarium and said, "Can you help us?" But in this instance, they bought one. Ugh, no. All right, I'll get off my soapbox now with that. But I thought that was an interesting story. You buy one octopus, you end up with 50 eggs.